What is going on, everyone? This is Gaurav and welcome to my learning channel. So in this video, we'll learn about select statement in SQL. So without any further delay, let's get started. In our last video, we learned how to create a database, how to create a table, and how to insert values into the existing table, and then followed by how to delete the table and how to delete the database. So continuing the journey, in this video, we'll learn about select statement. So last time we created a table called ga1.my underscore first underscore table. Now in this table, we inserted few of the values, which is right here on the screen. Now, if I want to see the content of this table, one option is that I can go to the schema section. I can expand this table section and I can take a look at select rows, limit 1000, which is the top 1000 rows. If I do this, then I get the content of this table right here. So as a part of this table, you had customer ID, customer name, age, and state. However, as you can see that this is very UI based approach. If I want to do the same thing as a part of the query, then just simply go back to the code and then I can just write a simple statement, which is select star from, and this is your table name. So it's pretty evident as a part of this statement itself, you're trying to select everything. Star is essentially everything from this table. Now, let's say that if I don't want to select everything, let's say if I want to select only first 5 or 6 rows. Now, one option is that you can go right here at the top and you can select the number of rows that you would like to see as a part of your display window here. Now here you can see systematically here is limit to 50,000 rows. Now, if you don't want to have any limits, then another option is that you just select this option, which is don't limit. The problem is that if your table has millions of rows, then this will take a huge toll on your memory. And there's a possibility that your MySQL workbench might crash as well. So that's why it's highly recommended that if you want to just take a look at how is your sample data set, then in that case, you should put some sort of a limit whenever you are using any kind of a select statement. Now, if you want to use this select statement and then have the similar conditions here, all you have to do is just add limit and the number of rows that you would like to see. Now, if I execute this code, then I'll only see top 10 rows. Now, in this case, I had less than 10 rows. So let's say if I want to select only top 2 rows, now the system will only display top 2 rows. Now, as you can see this in this table, you have 4 different variables. So you have customer ID, customer name, age, and state. If I don't want to view all of these variables, but rather just view first 2 variables, which is customer ID and customer name. So I can do that as a part of select statement as well. So if I want to do that, then I'll just simply go ahead and type the name of variables that I would like to view, which is customer ID and customer name in this case. If I execute this code, then now you can see that you have only 2 variables, which is customer ID and customer name. Now let's say if I want to rename few of these variables as they appear on screen, then I can do that as well with an as clause to be added as a part of your select statement. So like say for instance, if I don't like this name, this variable name called cust underscore name, then in that case, I can simply say name of cust. And if I execute the query, see that the name of variable here has changed. So now it is name of cust. Please note that this does not mean that your original table has changed. This is only for the select statement. So as you're selecting these variables as they are appearing on the screen, or as they will appear for any of the codes that will be executed as a part of this statement, only for those, the name of this variable has changed and the new name is name of cust. Now let's take a look at the entire table one more time. So in this table, as we can see that you have John with 25 age in New York, but this person's name has been repeated multiple times. So John is coming 1, 2, 3, and 4 different times. Now let's say that if I want to know what are the distinct customer names for all of the customer in my table. Now as you can see that you have only 4 names, which is John, Sam, Seema, and Roma. So the John's name is not appearing again and again. Now if I want to do the same select statement with the distinct clause for multiple variables, so I can go ahead and do that as well. So I can simply add cust name. Let's say if I want to do it with customer ID and cust name, or age and cust name, so I can do that. So this will give you the distinct customer name and age for all of the different entities that you have in your table. Now, hopefully this gives you a good idea about select statement. In our next video, we'll learn about where condition and how to use it in conjunction with select statement. Thank you so much for learning with me.